Hey everyone, welcome back. It is now week 6 on the bridge and the first week of my new video style I'm doing where if I'm doing multiple builds, I'm doing just a video on that build because talking with a good friend, a dear friend, he gave me some pointers, so I went back and looked at my videos and I show some things. Sometimes I'll show them, but then a lot of times I just go, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and maybe start showing you, and then I just go and I go and go, and then all of a sudden I come back with something. And so I apologize for that, so this is how I'm going to start doing it. As long as I'm doing, if I'm doing 2 builds a week, there's going to be 2 videos. Videos on Saturday and video on Sunday. Now if I'm only doing 1 build, there'll only be 1 video for the week. So please let me know what you think about it. I hope you like it. I've had a lot more fun this week doing this, showing you guys stuff, so please let me know. But like I said, it is week 6 on the bridge, or week 7. I know no, it is week 6. Never mind. But this week I thought it started really good, and then as I got down further on things and I started getting things ready to go onto the consoles and stuff, I got looking at them and I was not happy with some of the things, and I need to do fixes, and I share that with you guys. You'll see everything on that. So please let me know what you think about how I'm doing the videos now, and if you do, please email me or put it in the comments. So with that, if you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. Click on the little bell, you'll know every time I upload. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate it, guys. 496 the last time I looked at my phone a few minutes ago, so we're getting close. I'm getting close. With the way the videos are going, even if I am going through something and you're not understanding, or you have a question about something you're doing, or you need some advice on something you're doing on a kit, whether it be lighting, scratch paint, whatever, please email me at bucktmore@gmail.com or put it in the comment section, and I will answer email, video. If you need a video, I'll do that. So please let me know. Also, I like, hey Buck, great job. Hey Buck, okay, that wasn't, okay, it worked. Different way, but it worked. Or Buck, seriously, man, you've been doing this. No, come on, seriously. Please put that in the comment section. I answer within 12 to 24 hours. So with that, let's get to the bench and check on the bridge. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and yes, it's the morning, and I am in here. And guess what, guys? Sorry, get my chair there. I did work yesterday. I got this finished cleaned, and then I went to start taping or masking off, and I pushed right here, as you can see. And this will happen from resin cast kits, not resin 3D printed. That's a whole other ball. Well, I got the styrene, I got filament, but it was thin here, and so it started to pop out and break out. So all I did is I put some of my CA, I did it from the back, I put my CA, and then I put a piece of styrene to help strengthen that back up and hold it. So it's there. So I got to sand that down, and then I'm going to finish masking off this and get some paint down. Sorry about that, guys. Lake Monster Details. Originally produced, like I said, by Cult TV Man and by Mark King. Designed by Mark King, but refined by our late friend Don Matters. So that's what I'm working with the bridge. I'm sorry I forgot that name. So, and then I almost forgot to tell you because I said give me a second, I'll find it, and then I kind of sidetracked. So with that, guys, now I'm going to get back to work. All right, guys, it is now Tuesday afternoon. Had lunch and did some work for lunch, but first thing is I've masked off the main view screen, but I forgot to mask this off, and when I was putting the primer down on the back, it's like, oops, and didn't put it on very thick, and I was able to get it cleaned up, and then I'll clean it up more after I get it painted. One of the reasons, I know I still gotta light block this, but the reason I put primer down is I wanted to see the details. Sometimes they get lost in just black. I wanted it to show me everything, like you can see the panels, maybe. Let me get my hand there. Now I can see that. Now I can see better on the light right there. And then, yeah, I'm going to probably have to put a little bit more. I'm going to put a little bit more putty on that, take care of that. But I wanted to bring out the detail. And that's why I went with the primer first. so I knew what I needed to take care of. Because the primer shows me really well. It just hides, like, you know, oh goodness, get that little, you know, like there in the casting. So I can work with that. I have put masks on helm and nav. I'm going to put the photo etch on this piece, and I only did the center. I'm going to use the decal from the kit, and then, but I want to be able, because I can light it up, and then I'm going to take care of this. I need to light block that, and I am going to straight light block this, because actually maybe I'll prime it too. I'm trying to think, because I think what I need to do before I even prime this thing is I got to plan how I'm going to run the lighting, because I don't want to, you know, have to clear something off and try to figure that out. So that's going to take a second, and we'll work through that together. Also, the back of the main view screen. But something I was working on, because I want to get working more on the stations, is, you guys knew I got the photo etch from Paragraphics. Now, when they designed this, it came with 7 of these outlines around on the console stations. But to get enough to cover the new issue of the bridge, the wraparound, either you're going to have to buy another set of photo etch, all that, or kind of did what I did. I took one from the sprue from there, and then I sprayed the outlines so I can cut, you know, around that, so I can make more of them. And it's not very thick, and but it's not very flimsy. It's going to be easy to work with, and then that way I can work with those, and then I can start getting these guys painted and together. Okay, I made a mistake. The photo actually did give enough. You got sorry guys. So these guys, there's enough. Science, communication, nav, and these. Now the ones that there isn't for is engineering, environmental, and nav. Engineering and nav. So I'm going to have to create something for around there, because I just checked photos and had to actually dig through. I was like, TOS Star Trek Engineering Station, and I had to go through a lot, and finally it showed me a good picture. So yes, there is also trim around that, so I'll be working on that. But yeah, I mean, just thought I'd share that with you guys, so I'm going to get back at it. Okay, well, yesterday I also started playing with cutting the clear pieces out. I've only cut one, and I'm going off of Lake Monsters. That's why I make copies of these guys, because I got to make 7 small windows, 3 large windows, and then the screen stations underneath. And I still got to do some work on this to fix up some things, but this is the first one that I cut out. And even with the photo etch going on there, and because you want it to have a little bit of a lip, kind of like that, but not completely crazy lip. So when I start to go put those on, we'll see how it looks. But I thought I would at least show you guys how I come about doing this part. And let me clean things up. Sorry. First things first, I know I need to have a good, flat, clean working surface. And while I love this mat, sometimes it just has to go bye-bye for now. I will keep you, and put these guys away. My tape, my Sharpie, sandpaper. Okay. So, now that I got a nice, decent area to work with, I definitely put a piece of paper towel down to help protect if I need to. And then I have clear sheet styrene. Now, yes, this is, I've had it for a while, so it does, I have to clean it yet again, and I've already cleaned it a couple of times. So That's what I'm going to do. And as you can see, I've already cut one out. And basically the easiest way that I'm finding for me to help get them out is I will take some tape and I will at least get that on and get this on. Okay. And then I will fix the tape to the styrene without bending it, you know. And that's what I do. And now I have the styrene up here, and let me zoom in a little bit, it might help. So now I got a good pressure. So basically I'm going with my X-Acto knife, and I'm pressing, but I'm not trying to get through it all at once. I don't want to. I just want to start getting it scored. Okay. Now if it's not perfect, don't worry. Even sometimes not being perfect actually helps a lot more, but also you can sand and trim down or even recut if you have to, because sometimes, even though you did it all the right way, it likes to not play nice, even though you did it exactly how it asked you to do it. So now that I've scored that, as you can see, I'm going to keep going down and keep doing the windows, and I'll get it all scored, and then after I get everything scored, I'm not going to show you doing that again, but to get everything scored out, then I'll come back and start sharing with you guys the next step I do on taking this clear styrene out. So give me a few minutes and I will be back. Alright, it took a little bit of time to scribe. I've done the exact amount for the screens, and I have enough if I need to do more. And then on these instrument panels on the different stations, I've done too. So, yay! So now that it's scribed, sometimes it can be harder because, one, I'm going to change the blade. And even though this blade's still good, the tip is kind of down, so I'm going to have that saved as a backup for scratches or cleanups that I need to do. But now I'm going to get a new blade that has a nice, new, lovely point to it. And so basically, now I got that. I kind of start, sometimes blades can go right through, and then sometimes on styrene it takes a little bit. So kind of what I do is I just kind of see where it's at, and if I have to, I do a little bit more scribing. Get that out. Make sure I stay on the right one. Sometimes, yeah, I have to even come back down here, because I want to make sure that it is doing what it needs to. And sometimes, yeah, I can get a little, what the heck, why are you doing this? Sorry, another thing I wanted to share that you can also do, like I said, I use the X-Acto knife to get the scribe out, and then sometimes if I have to use it, I can use it. But also, have a very good set of scissors, and then with the scribe, you can actually get right down to it. And sometimes, depending on how you scribed it out, sometimes you might want to cut these down smaller, so you got a little bit more area to work with, because sometimes when I put things down they don't always line up. But okay, and there's that. Now because I cut it out, I want to make sure I'm rounding the edges, not, you know, not literal, but when you go around the edges like that, basically I just kind of lightly do that. Then I take a look, make sure I like it, and go from there. Okay. And sometimes I'll go both sides. I do one side, and then I come back and do the other side. Okay, enough of that. So that is, so goes here, and yay, that'll be great. That'll be great. So as you can see, or if I'm really good, I can shave it down to where it is fitting inside, and then, but we'll see. I'll see where I'm feeling like that, because I really do kind of like the inside. I think I'm going to go with the inside more because it definitely shows that there's a screen and a monitor, and I've got my big fat finger in the way, and that's probably the way I'm going to do it, right? Just like that. So again, scissors, X-Acto, awesome. When you're scribing out, you know, you're doing these, you know, when the extra mark says, hey, you need to cut these out, here's the mouse to cut these out of this. I go with, like I said, I use my X-Acto to scribe it out, and then I go and like this, I'll start, if I don't need to keep using my X-Acto, I will grab my scissors and keep at it. So, alright guys, well, I'm going to get back at it. I just thought I'd share. Alright, well, that's finally done, and that's a lot of glass. Oh, oops, sorry, get in camera, Buck. There's a lot. So, yay! Alright, that's going. So, let's see what else we can get started on. Alright, well, getting back onto the bridge. First off, photo etch. I'll talk about that in a second. Second, I got to go and get some things fixed before I can get really going crazy on these, because I didn't realize some of the gouges, and then, yeah, I got to fix those. Just the top. And get those puttied or sanded down and then repainted. And what I wanted to show is, this is the photo etch, and you can see that, so of course it's the photo etch. So when I first start doing anything with photo etch, I get the pieces out that I need, and I'll lay them down, or you know, get them taped so there's something there, and then I go and I use this metal primer. I brush it on, and then I let it sit and get really good and dry, and then I'll go and sometimes I'll primer it, or and leave it on the sprue like this, and I'll do all that. Or other times I'll get these cut out and have them set on the tape and do the metal primer that way. But I thought I'd share a couple of things with you guys. Photo etch is something really kind of fun to learn and get crazy with and have fun with, because it adds a great amount of detail, and paragraphics is, whew, I love them. So, alright, so there's different ways of taking the photo etch off. You know, you can use your X-Acto, and I've done that a few times, and sometimes it gets really crazy. So I have my scissors, really good scissors, and a lot of times I will just start, I will cut it off of this, and then sometimes, yeah, you have to, I'll go through, and so now I need to go and get these clean, get that little bit off of there. And again, the reason why sometimes when I start splitting multiple pieces up and keep a little tab, it's so I don't accidentally cut into another piece or not getting it right, and I cut into the piece I'm trying to get out. But again, I just put my scissor blade is right to the edge of that, and sometimes it'll do that, it'll fold back under. I hate it when it does that, but yeah, it's trying to be a little pain in the butt. Okay, that's when I use my X-Acto. So when it starts doing stuff like that, it'll bend under, it'll fold under, and I really just don't want it to do that. Okay, now I got that done. I need still clean up a little bit. These little edges here, I'll clean up with my sander and make sure I get, now if that, like that one tab right there that just kept wanting to bend, well, guess what? You're going to meet Mr. Snips. All right, that's basically how I cut and clean off the photo etch. And then I'll use my Cadram easy grind, my nail grinder that I love with the model kits. It does this so gentle on some things. I'll come back and share that, but let me get the rest of these done, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got tape set up so I can put them back down so I can get them painted when I get them done. So now I've got my Cadram nail filer, which, like I said, is great for working with models, and I got it turned on, and I got this really good red bit. And then I just kind of, I listen to it and try to hear it and look at it, because when it gets done, you'll know. Let me see if I can let you guys, see if I can do that a little better for you guys. Okay. I try to let the drill do its own work, or the grinder do its own work, because like I said, this is photo etch, and if you get too aggressive, it will kick you in the behind later. And as you notice, as I'm sanding, I'm trying to keep a good grip right by the area, because there's not a lot there as far as strength. And sometimes you just be patient, because not everything if you get too aggressive or trying to make things happen too fast, that's when mess ups can happen. And I'm at fault for that too, because I'm trying to, I get so into getting something done, or I'm so fixated, or that I want to just keep going, and that bites me in the end, because one, if I'm frustrated, it's because nothing's working out, and I try even harder and harder, and as I try even harder, I just ruin the whole thing, or basically that's it. So if you're getting frustrated, if it's, you're just, take a break, walk away, get some air, smoke a cigarette if you do, or go play with the dog, or, go watch TV. But when you reach that state of frustration like me, I just got to get out, because I'm going to do more harm than good on my kit. So with that out of the way, I'm going to get back and get these grinded, and then I am going to get them painted. So as I'm ready to start the paint, I'll come back and share with you guys. Alright, got the exhaust fan turned off, and I'm going to go at it. So I think one of the problems that I know I did was I put the photo etch down before I made sure I got everything good and squared away. That was my fault. So if you're going to cut out and do that, and you make these little dings, make sure you're happy with how this all is before putting on the photo etch. So that's the first thing I'm going to take care of. I am going back. And while it may seem, oh my God, nah, it's okay, because it allows me to critique myself better, and I can look at things better, because sometimes I'm so in a hurry to get things done that I don't take the time sometimes it needs to be done. And you go, oh my gosh, Buck, you work on kits along. So, but to save the photo etch, how I kind of come off of it, first off, I put CA on, but I used a toothpick, and I just ran the edges. So, and then it may bend a little bit, but that's okay, because you can fix that. So, and then, okay, come on. And yeah, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Because I don't want to overly bend it. But sometimes it just takes a little. Okay, there we go. It is now sweet. And of course, things that I do. Okay, where did you go? I'm looking for a bag, guys. Give me a second. Just a small one. I don't want to accidentally lose them. And like I said, guys, I have a lot of bags. Let's just say I have a lot of bags. I'm just looking for. Where are you? Okay, there we go. Oh, if I can get to it. Alright. Sorry guys. Making noise and running plastic. So, like, and I also keep my SM LEDs or any packaging I get my LEDs in. So, and then you do something like that, because I was trying to find a bag, and now I'm going to have to find what I did with that lovely thing. So give me a second. It's probably right in front of me, but give me a second and I'll be right back. I told you it was right in front of me and I couldn't even see it. I would definitely also suggest making sure you have little bags so you can keep things together. So I'm going to go and do one more, and then get started on, I'll get them all off and then get started on repairs. So again, and this is a new blade, just so you know. Okay. Sweet. Hopefully they all come off that easy. Alright guys, well let me get these taken care of and then get started on repairs. Alright, I'm going to share with you a little something. First, yes, I'm even taking all the photo etch out. And the reason why is I kind of started looking under here and I could do better. And I need to clean this up more. So that's what I am doing, is taking the photo etch. Now what the little baggies are for, because I don't have the sprue, is I'm making sure I remember where each piece needs to be. So this is engineering, and I put the number on so I know exactly where it's going to go when I go to put everything back on. Now here's the fun and tricky part. You know, photo etch is very, very malleable. It's very good, but when the only good thing about this right now is when I put it on, I didn't use a lot of CA, and so it's going to make it easier. Now if you do use a lot of CA, you're going to have to grab some of this. This is CA Uncure. I've used it a lot, but I will tell you now, if you've got anything painted and you're trying to remove CA, or you've got any kind of paint down, that will eat it up. Trust me. I have made that mistake more than once. But as you can see, I'm letting my knife do most of the work here. Sometimes it can get a little, what the heck, why aren't you moving? So, and I'm trying not to bend it. I'm just wanting it to break, so sometimes I have to come in from the back. And I just want to make sure so I don't bend it any more than I absolutely have to. And sometimes I'll take my tweezers and just see, because I try to keep it long, so I'm supporting it. And there, check that out. Okay. Good. Now sometimes the problem is, like right here, I can't really get into it right now, so I'm going to have to start on the other side, which isn't usually too bad. And let's see. Like I said, it just depends how heavy I was with the CA, and I hope I didn't think I was. I've been getting even better at it now. I watch how much I use. I try to anyway, because it can definitely become a pain. And then again, I have to come in through the bottom on the back side to make sure I'm getting that. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes, like I said, it's a real bear. And there we go. Check that out. I got them both up now. So again, I will take my tweezers, and this time, since that popped, I'm hoping okay, and like I said, it is no exact science. I'm going, I have removed stuff thinking I was going to be okay, and then so sometimes this takes a little while. Come on now. There we go. Yay! Another piece off. So now I can really get into fixing and taking care of things that I need to take care of. Because I thought I did, and the more I looked at it, I go, I know I'm better than that. I know I can do better work. So, yay! So here's the stage in your bottling life that's like, oh my gosh, I did it again. Ugh! So, alright guys, well I'm not going to make you keep watching me take these off. So I'm going to get back at it. So I'll be back soon. Okay, mail just came, so got to share with you guys. Been waiting on these. I got these from Evans Design. I really like going with them on some things and other things. But I ordered this to help create an effect that I wanted to go for. Oh, the paperwork. Oh, the lovely paperwork. So, this is how, let's see, okay, so there's 3 here, okay, and let me get everything turned on and set up. Okay, now the great thing if you buy from Evans, when they run the power cord, sometimes they'll run a red and a black, and a lot of times they just do this. So it's all done in here, so however you hook it up, you'll see. Oh, actually, I can actually show you real quick. So, maybe, come here. Alright, get the X-Acto so it doesn't fall on me. And so I got the 2 ends. Let's say I'm going to call that negative, and I'm going to call that positive. And then, just to show you what I'm saying, so it's all done right in there. And yay! So can't wait to show you. So, as you guys know, I'm lighting. I'm trying to create things. So one of the things I did is I want to make a circuit just to do red alert. So it'll do that. And trust me, it'll look even better. That's just point. I'm trying to figure out, I'm probably going to have to, I'm going to do something, I'll share that with you, but I wanted to be able to do that effect. So that'll be on its own separate circuit, and boom. So yay! Alright, well I'm going to get back to getting these guys taken care of real quick, or more, and I'll come back later. Good morning, Saturday. Yes, I'm here, and you guys already know that. But what I'm working on now, before I do any more big repairs, I'm going to sand down what I've already done. I cut these in. The reason I had the grills on there to begin with, because this is a new reissue and there's enough, it's light enough to let light pass through, and I think instead of after I cleaned it, because I cleaned those down and it just didn't sit well because I had all those problems. So now I'm doing is I am going through, especially with what I just did, and I thought I had an extra one I do somewhere, but what I'm doing is, if I need to, I would really suggest it. If you have an extra one, or you haven't done them yet, once you get things cut out, or you're starting to go, get the piece, bring it back and double check. Make sure that what's already sanded down and gets it out looks really good. So that's what I'm doing. With the sanding, I'm not going completely nuts. I'm just smoothing things back down. So with that, you guys saw me I started using this one yesterday. The small ones are good. These small ones are good, but what happens is that's all you got. And man, if this thing digs in, boom, it's gone. And it creates issues. So I put on this, the bigger one, and it's a little bit better, especially when doing things like this, is so you can work on it. And when if you use a Dremel to do sanding, you see how light I'm not putting hardly any pressure down, because if I do, that can cause trouble. And then don't be afraid to flip it over either. Basically all I'm doing is I'm trying to get the peaks all the way down. And sometimes I go to the back, and then I just want to make sure, and then I'll go and clean a bit more of that up later. And okay, I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me do it all, but so there's the start of that. So now, like I said, when I go to test, when I'm test fitting, I want to make sure that I don't get you stuck like that, and then I want to make sure it's big enough and it's not going to cause any issues. So give me 1 second here. Can't really hold it over the light, so I'm going to do that. And I'm sorry if it blinds you out, but I put that light source on, and then you can definitely see if you need to do anything else. And this is good. I don't have to. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm getting things back to a better state, and then getting things taken care of, fixed up, and go from there. So, yep. So I'm just smoothing out the roughness, fixing what I can, and I'll get back at it. So I'm going to get this finished up, guys, and I don't think you want to watch me actually sand. I will turn the camera back on when I'm done, and I'll share with you guys. So I will see you soon. Alright, guys, got all the sanding done, getting started on the puttying, and I want to show you. I'll show you on the next one. But first I go down and I'll do a light sanding with the 320 grit paper I got. Same like I did right here. I just sanded it down. And now I'm using my ever favorite glazing Bondo spot putty. I love it. And now I am definitely I'm kind of pushing it, but I also want to make sure that I am getting everything that I can see. And if I do too much, I can sand it. So that's what I'm looking at. And just to see if I got everything, maybe. Okay. Now let's do this again so you can actually see it. So, like down here, even with the paint, I can see there's a lot that I'm going to have to take care of. And, but I'm going to have to sand this down first and then see how it goes. But I can definitely start with right there. I'll show you this, guys. And then when this gets done, when I get it ready. So, like I said, I'm just kind of, it's just, I'm looking and seeing now if it's really bad, like this one was. Yeah, I sand the whole, I puttied the whole thing. So, alright guys, well, I will start sharing more when I have more to share. Gotta let this stuff get dry for a little bit, so, yay! Not always fun, right guys? And then I gotta sand that down. So let me get that taken care of and I'll come back. Alright, lunch was good, and down here working on the consoles again. So I've already done this one that had that all that lot that I had to do, and it actually does look like it came out well. Sometimes what I do after I'm done sanding and I think it's a good spot, I'll put it down for a little bit and then I'll come back and look and make sure. So, okay, well, we'll take a look at you in a little bit. What I got is my 320 grit sandpaper, and then I got some 400 to help smooth those rough parts out. Now, basically, I just, what you're looking for, when I sand, what I'm looking for is I want to make sure, I want to see how much of the excess actually comes off. Because what that means is it's clean, and then I'm looking for where it came in that I was trying to fix. And you can see some of that there. So, and basically, like I said, I just sand until it's at that spot that I want, that I think I want. And then what I'll do after that, after I get everything done and clean back up again, I will primer it and see if I need to do any more fixes. So I get a little gruff with this part of the sanding. I don't try to get real hard rough, but this glazing Bondo, sometimes you got to give it a little oomph to get going or come off. Okay, so I'm going to wipe that down with that. I'm going to take my sanding stick and I'm going to go in through here just to make sure I got everything good, because sometimes I had to put putty like right there. So sometimes a good thing I can pick off a lot of the excess with my X-Acto knife, but sometimes doing these can be sometimes a real pain in the butt because there's not a lot of room to work with. But okay. Okay, got you. Alright, let's go on to the next. Now don't worry if it's cracked a little bit. That's okay. Probably a little bit too much. But again, I just make sure I got it, and I will try to find the best way. Sometimes these consoles can be a pain in the butt sometimes to sand down. But I'll finish this one with you guys, and then I'll go get the rest. And as you can see, like I said, I get a little aggressive. And also have extra sandpaper ready, because I go through a bit when I go to start fixing and getting things, seam lines and fixing things. I go through a lot. So now the really rough part on this when fixing, it's right here, this edge on the console. It's because even though there's nothing going, there's nothing there, the putty likes to group right there, and then sometimes it just really does not want to come out. So like I said, I have this one, and it allows me to hit that edge a little better to bring it down, but always have a paper towel ready, guys, to clean off what you can't. And sometimes by folding the sandpaper, it gives you a little something more to play with to help get into these areas like that. I fold it over. So as you can see, I'm starting to get rid of the stuff that I don't want to be on here. Okay. Again, I'll just wipe it down with the sandpaper, or not sandpaper, with the towel. Get that dust out of there so I can see what I got to work with. And then this is easy. Just sometimes it is easier this way. And then, like I said, the sanding, I think it's going to be fine. But that's why I'm going to have to run another coat primer, is so I can make sure I got every little thing before I go to do any more paints. And that primer will show me all that. If I didn't sand down the glaze putty good, or so. Okay, well, there is fixed for now. So, alright guys, well, I'm going to keep at it, and I'll turn the camera back on and have more to share. Alright, got most of the rough sanding done. I've got all the sanding pretty well done, but I wanted to share this too. Now, this is a small sander. I found these at Hobby Lobby. Now, the only problem I wish Hobby Lobby did was have refills of the sanding pads. No, they just keep selling you a whole package with another one of these. I already got 2 of these. I need refills. So, please, if anybody knows where I can find those on Amazon, wherever, please let me know, because I have been looking. And, excuse me, sorry, I guess I haven't looked hard enough, but I'm trying. So what I'm doing now with this is, after I did the 400 grain and a 320, this is some very nice, it's a little rougher than the 2000, a little bit rougher than the 1000, but it's still good. What I'm doing now with this is I'm taking it back over the kit of the piece, and I'm letting it sand down, letting it smooth this area where I sanded. Get it back to a good smooth surface. And so when I go and primer again, I will have a good smooth surface, and that way I can tell where else I might, if I need to do any more fixes or not. So that's why I use this, especially on these big kits, is because like I said, I do a lot of sanding, I do a lot of scratch building with them, I do a lot of extras, so I have been looking for a good thing, and I haven't found these. Like I said, I don't know what the grain is right now, but I use it, and then it smooths this all back out. And if you feel a little rough area, and this doesn't take care of it, take it back again with your sandpaper, and just feel. Okay. So, do another one here real quick, and then I'll get back at it. So, again, I've already roughed it, so now I'm bringing it along, and when it starts to feel smooth, it doesn't feel like it's grabbing anything, that's when I'm going to check. because it might be done, and if I need to, I will go back again. But like I said, all I'm doing is just getting it all smoothed out, getting those rough areas off, so when it comes time to paint, it doesn't have any, it's got something to grab, but not overly bad. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's so good. And then back down here. And now that I'm building it, I'm going back again. I definitely know I would have done it different, like I am now, if I knew what I knew when I started. I thought I did, but I didn't. So again, I just run this until it's getting there. And you can hear sometimes, I say don't do too much pressure, but you can hear sometimes if you're not getting that spot down, you can put a little more pressure. Just be careful. And it actually doesn't feel bad. Okay, good. All right, guys, well, I'm going to keep at it, so I'll return when I got more to share. Okay, got them all sanded down, and I want to show you, where are you? Just had you. Oh, here you are. Alright, I want to show you what I look for when I know I'm really good or very, very close to getting the sanding done. So you remember when I showed you this piece? And you saw all the little scratches, the ding outs, the holes. Now as I sanded it, I got it back to the surface, but that's how I know it's good, because it's sanded around, but that hole is filled and smoothed off now. So that's what I look for. Let me try this. I think that's too close. Here, let's try that. So, let me do this. So these are the holes that I showed you guys when I told you I had to get these things repaired. And then, you know, I put everything got puttied. But now you can see after the sanding and the smoothing, this is what you're looking for when you sand or fix a part or get a seam or something together. You're looking for everything around it to be gone, but what you're working on fixing is still there, and it's smoothed down and it's ready to go. So if you don't see that and you know there's a big thing, then I'm going to have to do it again. But as you can see, it took care of all those. And then even down here, you see, got that guy, got those guys. So yay! So I'm going to wash these guys and then get them ready for a primer. And yeah. All right, well, let me get things cleaned up. Okay, this is where I'm going to shut it down. Got to put videos together, and those sometimes can take forever. Even though I put a video together, it was only like 25 minutes, and it took like 5 hours. So it is what it is. But, so, did get these washed down again. Went and took care and got them all cleaned up. And now you can really see how that putty sanding works. So you can see to make sure those are filled. And taking care of all the damage to these guys. Took out all the monitor screen or photo etch so I can make sure that's good and clean and work with the paint. Also got the screen borders, outline borders painted, so at least there was some paint. And then we had fun with plexiglass. Alright guys, so next week definitely going to get blackout paint going and light block paint and start getting these guys ready to go again. And once these guys are ready to go, then I can start getting everything painted, because the main screen, the walls beside the screen, they're all the color up here of the outside border color. So I've been kind of holding off because I don't want to have to do it 2 or 3 times, because I kind of mix that paint up. So, but alright guys, well, have a great, awesome, safe, and fun weekend. Have a great, awesome, safe, and fun week next week. And I'll see you guys back here on the bench.